Hello everyone. Today I will tell you what happened in the world on April 29th. New Delhi's largest city landfill burns for the third day in a row. People complain of acrid smoke, which stretched for several kilometers and enveloped residential neighborhoods. Now the fire is being extinguished by more than 10 fire brigades. Strong heat and poor visibility prevents it. The causes of the fire are still under investigation. Fires are not uncommon in India. They most often occur in summer, when temperatures rise above 40 degrees. For this reason, India regularly leads in the anti-rating of the countries with the dirtiest air. A 6-story building has collapsed in the city of Changsha in central China's Hunan province. No casualties have yet been reported. The incident happened on Friday in the Wancheng district near the Changsha Medical Institute, and by 12:50 local time, the first group of firefighters and rescuers arrived on the scene. The building had a total area of about 800 square meters, with stores on the first floor, catering businesses on the second floor, a private movie theater on the third floor, and a small hotel on floors 4 to 6. There was also an attic above the 6th floor which belonged to the owner of the building. The causes of the collapse have not yet been determined, and it is not known how many people were in the building at the time of the incident. Flooding in northern Brazil. Due to heavy rains which hit the northern regions of Brazil, the Jari River on the border of Amapá and Pará states overflowed its banks. According to hydrologists, the water level in the river has reached 3 meters, which is a record. The floods caused severe damage to the municipalities of Laranjal do Jari and Vitória do Jari. As of April 29, more than 24,000 people have been affected by the destruction and flooding, and more than 200 families have been evacuated. Heavy rains in Brazil have not stopped since March 31. One of the first areas most affected was the south coast of Rio de Janeiro. Last weekend, heavy rains hit eastern and southern China. Heavy rainfall led to localized flooding, leaving local residents without transportation or electricity. One of the hardest hit was the urban district of Neijiang in Sichuan province in southwest China. Here, floods reached a height of 2 meters, resulting in many homes and agricultural land being flooded, and their inhabitants came to the aid of emergency services. More than 1,400 people in the region were evacuated. Heavy rains also caused landslides, collapsed power lines and disrupted traffic. Heavy rains caused floods and landslides on the Indonesian island of Sumatra. At least one person was killed and thousands of people were displaced from their homesa. Intense rainfall in Aceh province on the northern island of Sumatra caused rivers to burst their banks. In the town of Loxiamave, 149 millimeters of rain fell in a 24-hour period. The disaster affected the lives of over 67,000 people, more than 19,000 residents were evacuated. About 17,000 houses were damaged. Authorities Padang Lawas region in North Sumatra province declared a state of emergency due to flooding in the late evening on April 25, 2021. Natural disasters damaged at least 70 homes in 15 villages, affected about 350 people. Tornadoes caused significant damage in the U.S. states of Texas and Oklahoma. At least 4 people were injured. Many were left without electricity. School buildings, homes and shelters were damaged, local media reported. 4 people were rescued from a damaged home in Jacksboro, Texas, and were not seriously injured. The Jacksboro Elementary and High School buildings were seriously damaged, with no one on either campus injured. The animal shelter building was also damaged. The Jacksboro fire chief estimated that at least 60 to 80 homes were damaged during the storm. Police in Elgin, Texas, announced that 4 people were injured as a result of the rampant storm. 67,000 customers remain without power in Texas, and more than 8,000 in Oklahoma. Information about possible deaths was not received. In Russia, wildfires have covered 7,000 hectares. Already 12 times the fire has spread to dacha settlements. A special firefighting regime is in effect in more than 30 regions. Summer is more than a month away, but the Kurgan region is already in a scorcher. The abnormal heat of 27 degrees and strong gusts of wind have started forest fires. The fire engulfed the villages. Dozens of homes burned to the ground. One person died. In the village of Malinovka, 50 plots were burning, that's 7,000 square meters. Rescuers evacuated 500 people. Most spent the night at relatives' homes. The rest were placed in hotels. Forest fires threaten another 6 villages of the region. People are also being evacuated from there. Because of the fires, the Ekaterinburg-Kurgan highway was closed all night long. An emergency situation was declared in the region. Colleagues from the Sverdlovsk and Chelyabinsk regions arrived to help local rescuers. The liquidation is complicated by hot weather and strong gusts of wind. More than 100 personnel and 35 units of equipment are involved in extinguishing the fires. Natural fires broke out in other regions of the country as well. In Omsk were able to defeat the fire, which was approaching the children's camp. And in Khakassia the fire on an area of 9,000 square meters was stopped at the border of a village. And in the Tyumen region, a fire was extinguished the day before.